Haftar was recently hospitalized in Paris after falling ill during a trip abroad. Now, he's not made any public appearances in the past 2 weeks, and social media has been buzzing with rumors. Well, to talk with me more now about these latest developments concerning Libya, I'm joined on the set by Libya specialist William Lawrence. Thanks so much for coming in to join us.
Pleasure.
You also worked at the U.S. Embassy in Tripoli, so you're very familiar with the situation in Libya. First of all, what are your thoughts on this assassination attempt? Who's behind it, do you think?
Well, there's three explanations. One's terrorism, one's politics, and one is economic, because the LNA's been grabbing land. But the most likely is terrorism, and it's the style of ISIS, of Daesh, the car bombing. So this is the most likely, and certainly with Haftar hospitalized, the number 2 of the LNA, of the Libyan National Army, self-styled National Army, is a good target at this point for them.
And in regards to Haftar, now we know he was recently hospitalized in Paris. Do you have any more information from your sources on the state of his health?
Well, I have very good sources on Libya, and they're not agreeing with each other. I have good sources saying everything that from he's dead, that he's in good health and about to return. We do know that there was a deliberate attempt to spread rumors of his death to test alliances in the East and what would happen. And this could be related to some of the other things going on in Benghazi right now. But I think the most likely is he had a stroke, that there was some period of comatose state, and that he's recovering. And of course, he'd like to get back to Libya as soon as he can. But everyone now is talking about the after Haftar. He's 75, he has a cancer, and this is a very important moment in terms of the Libyan dynamics.
Well, that was going to be my next question. What exactly would that after Haftar effect be? Would that be a good thing for reunification, a bad thing?
Yeah, well, as we've been saying since 2015, and on your air, I've done this several times, the biggest sticking point in the Libyan political agreement was the status of Haftar, was Article 8 of the agreement. So with Haftar gone, this creates an opportunity, actually, to no longer have a debate over whether or not Marish, self-styled Field Marshal Haftar will be controlling the military. It's really an opportunity. I've just got back from 3 weeks in North Africa. Everyone's convinced that the UN and others won't seize this opportunity because there's been so little bandwidth on Libya and so little forward progress and too much talk about elections when Libya doesn't need elections. But certainly there's a big opportunity here for a lot of people, and so it's time to dial in and pay attention to what's going on there.
And you mentioned the UN not wanting to get its feet wet, so to speak. How much does Libya really need? Does it need this international help to move forward, do you think?
Absolutely. People don't forget that Libya was one of the few countries created by the UN. There's a long history of UN involvement, and there's been a lack of attentiveness from the UN and a lack of attentiveness from the Americans, who have, as many of the Libyans I was meeting in Tunis were telling me, have a much higher status than Europeans for historical reasons. And that's not the case in every Arab country, but it is the case in Libya. And the Americans have failed to step up, the UN has failed to step up, and the UN has gotten the sequence wrong, the messaging wrong. Salameh's made a lot of mistakes that people are criticizing him for. So you know, whether or not they'll seize this opportunity is a question.
William Lawrence, thank you so much for coming in to speak to us here on France 24 in person.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.